Alright, let's see what's in theaters. Oh my god, another sequel? Okay, I reviewed nothing but sequels so far. What else is in theaters? I just did a review on that. I just said no sequels. I don't want to do a prequel either. Okay. Let me think. Ooh, I heard Cartoon Network's working on a film. How is that? What's it called again? It's a comic book adaptation of something. Maybe I can review that when it comes out. Oh, no! No! Okay, anything else? What else is out there? Hey, look, Maui! Skyscraper was a film that I knew nothing about. I heard YMS jokingly call it the PG-13 version of Die Hard.
So I just saw PG-13 Die Hard with Dwayne, and it was pretty dumb.
But I'd never seen Die Hard, so I never really got that reference. All I really knew was that it starred Dwayne Johnson and that he was going to be climbing a giant burning building. And that's honestly all the film is about. Dwayne Johnson climbing a giant burning building. In some cases, this is the film's biggest strength, but it also feels like the film's only strength. Alright, story time. So an FBI agent named Dwayne Johnson, I mean The Rock, I mean Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I mean Maui, I mean... What's his name again? Will Sawyer. Yeah, I knew that. Will Sawyer. So an FBI agent named Will Sawyer loses his leg during a hostage rescue and is forced to get a new one. Years later, we see that Will has retired from the FBI and is now running a small security company. He is also now married and has 2 kids. He's asked to visit Hong Kong to inspect the security system for the Pearl, the largest skyscraper in the world. His family is given a room to relax in while he inspects the security system. He reports his inspections to the accountant from The Dark Knight, and yes, they're the same actor, look it up. Unfortunately, the criminal organization the bad guy set fire to one of the floors in the Pearl, which traps Will's family, and he has to find a way to rescue them while uncovering a dark secret about the Pearl. Action-wise, I think the film is fine. There are a lot of fun, over-the-top moments that make this film fun to watch. However, the action can be so over-the-top that it can really ruin tension in a few scenes. One example would be when he's trying to get into the building. He uses a crane while aligning it with the building and uses a hook to break the window, and then the hook stays on that window, and then he gets some rope to kind of like tie himself onto like the line of the hook so he can like sort of slide down, but then the hook falls over, so he runs backwards, then runs forwards, trying to jump to the building while a helicopter is chasing him and while a bunch of cops are chasing him, and he barely makes it to the building, like barely by like an inch. He barely gets his hands up there. This is kind of one of the examples of how the film doesn't really know how should I say it, ground itself. I do enjoy over-the-top action, but the film doesn't really do a good job of making it look all that real. It honestly almost looks kind of comical because you know that none of this could be done in real life. The film doesn't really have a lot of bad performances. Most of the actors are actually pretty good. Dwayne Johnson does a good job at being a mentally scarred soldier, and he has a fine arc, but nothing you wouldn't really expect from this type of film. The kids aren't that bad, I guess. They're not annoying and they're not stupid, which is huge points for me because I hate stupid kids that really ruin the plot. But the kids are also pretty bland. We don't know much about them. We know one has asthma. We know they like going to the zoo. The Rock's their dad. The chemistry with Will and his wife is also fine, and she's not just a damsel in distress. She actually contributes to the plot. The final fight at the end is pretty awesome. I won't give it away since I don't want to spoil anything, but I thought it was well shot and I thought it was very stylistic. So, in case you couldn't really tell, I found a lot of this film to be okay. It has a lot of good elements, but nothing to really make it stick out. The villains are, well, they range from boring to pretty cool. There's this one girl who's pretty cool, but she's really just there to see an Asian girl do karate, or should I say a Hong Konger or Hong Kongese, and this is starting to make me look racist. The main villain is incredibly forgettable. I honestly don't even remember his name. He's like a lot of Marvel villains, very boring, bland, doesn't really seem to be that intimidating. He just doesn't have anything that make him stick out. There's this one guy who betrays Will, and I won't give away his name, but I felt like he should have been the villain, because it would have made the villain more interesting since it would have been someone that Will knew personally. So, Skyscraper does have some fun, creative action, and has a good main character we can sympathize with, and some cool set designs. Unfortunately, the film also has a lot of forgettable antagonists and protagonists, while also suffering from a very predictable plot. There's also really nothing new it adds to the action movie genre. I'm not saying I hate the film, quite the opposite actually, but I don't really see any reason to watch it again, or to buy it when it comes out on DVD. I'm going to give Skyscraper a 6 out of 10.